Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Drea and this is Theowlsintuition. If you are indeed new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post some new content. And if it resonates, you know, give me a little thumbs up, baby, and comment. Let me know how or why so I can keep posting more content like this, okay? I want to say thank you to anyone who donates, likes, shares, subscribes, anyone who super likes, who sends tips, who donates decks. I appreciate all the love and the support. I really do. Thank you guys. I want to say thank you to anyone who has booked a reading, and if you wish to book a reading, my email is in the description box, and they are 40% off until January 23rd. Anything else? Yeah, I guess that's all we got. Thank you for catching a vibe. And let's talk about this, okay? I recently did what compliments people give you, like secret compliments. Now we're gonna do complaints because someone was like, oh, I thought this said complaints. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So let's see what people are secretly complaining about you, okay? Trigger warning, you know, some of this stuff may trigger you. Let's be real. It's pretty much like what people... the complaints people have about you, but you can use this to your advantage to maybe see things that maybe you didn't realize you were doing and, you know, make changes that are positive. But obviously you don't have to change because free will, baby, it's your life, do whatever you want. So again, take this with a grain of salt. This is from an outside perspective. Don't let this reading take from you. If you get easily triggered, don't even watch this. Go watch one of my later videos, cause yeah, but obviously, you know, I'm a jokester, so I'll keep this, you know, I see both sides. I'm surprised I don't have any Libra in my chart, like, let's be real. But let's talk about it. We have 4 piles today. Pile number 1, which is the Star Tarot. Pile number 2, which is the Villains Tarot. Pile number 3, which is the Game of Thrones Tarot, and pile number 4, which is the Pastel Journey Tarot. As always, you can pick more than one pile if you feel called to, and I want to say thank you guys for watching, supporting, catching a vibe. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you on the pile that you picked. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, pile 1. It's your girl Drea and this is Theowlsintuition. If you are new here, cleanse, clear, and protect this space, cleanse, clear, and protect my energy. Hit that subscribe so you get notified every time I post some new content so you don't miss out on nothing, okay? And comment down below and let me know if this resonates, and give me a thumbs up if you like content like this, okay? As always, just take what resonates. This is a trigger warning kind of video, you know, it's obviously complaints about you, so it could just be people's projections, or it could actually be things that are actually like you need to switch up. So don't let this video take from you, you know, use this as a tool, all right? But not every message is going to be for you. Again, as always, thousands of people are watching, so keep that in mind and just take the messages that resonate with you. Use your intuition and your discernment. Y'all are psychic too, okay? So we're gonna get your current energy to see if this is your pile. If it's not, you can pick another pile, watch another reading, or just do what makes you happy, okay? That's my main agenda, baby. Do what makes you happy. So and if you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box below. They're 40% off until January 23rd, 2024. What is pile number 1's current energy right now? I don't even know what that was, but we had a little flippy flipper. Okay. Wow. You could be seeing 555 a lot. And yeah, definitely. Wow. What's the bottom of the deck? We have the waiting game, cycles. Cycles are closing out, or they're about to start closing out, and growth is about to start coming into your life. I know this has been a long time coming, okay? I know that you've probably actually even received like tarot readings and stuff like that told you things were gonna change, things were coming, and you know, you were trying to run up this hill, right? With all these other people, and for some reason people keep knocking you down, but you still have this light burning because you know you're meant for success, you know you're meant for amazing things, and you have the life that you planned for yourself is slowly trickling in, and you see it, but you're still struggling mentally and financially right now, and you feel like you don't have support, you feel like people are leaving you behind, you feel like your confidence is going down, and you just don't have that creative oomph. And these are changes. These are changes that are necessary. Okay, you had to be patient. Okay, we literally have the waiting game, and then we have patience. You had to be patient, which is, this is the temperance. Okay, then we have the sacral chakra. So maybe you need to balance your sacral chakra, because of the fact that, you know, there's something about you being so forceful, trying to force everything, trying to rush everything, trying to be a perfectionist, right? It's like they just want you to tap into that joy again, that inner child, that faith that everything that is going to work out, faith over fear. You know, what you are growing is going to come in time. Okay, we have 2 cards saying that what you have, like what you intend, what you want to succeed in, the steps that you want to take to get towards success are going to come in. Okay, material and financial changes are coming. Okay, this period of conflict and defeat is going to end. Okay, 5 5 5 2 2 2. Don't worry, you may be seeing 2 2 2 as well, but they really don't want you to worry right now about when is it coming, how is it coming. They want you to worry about having more joy, more fun, healing your inner child, healing your past childhood traumas. Somatic exercises could definitely help you with that. Doing journaling, doing inner child, what do you call it? You know, inner child healing in regards to, you know, maybe prompts, shadow work, meditations. There's a lot that may be in your subconscious that was instilled in you since childhood, that as you shift that energy and as you become more open to receiving, because sacral really represents the divine feminine for me, the womb, you know, so soaking in a creation, abundance, empress energy, and that is what you are about to step into. But you have to be patient and focus on feeling good now, focus on trusting your intuition and opening your heart center, because you're not going to be able to receive what you're trying to force to come into your life unless you are open to receiving. So your sacral chakra, your heart chakra, and just continue to stay grounded and continue to release whatever needs to be released in regards to your inner child wounds and any lack mentality, lack mindset, and limiting beliefs that make you feel as though life has to be hard, or I'll never succeed, or if it's not one thing it's another, because that's going to continue to manifest those things. So be very mindful of your mentality right now, because the thoughts that you are thinking right now could be causing you to continuously step into a cycle of conflict and defeat. So change your mindsets, change your mind, and your outer reality will begin to change. Your emotions, pay attention to your emotions and mindset right now. Okay, so if that resonates at all, let's get into what complaints do people have about you right now. Okay, pile number 1, we have invitation, which is the words you speak are an invitation to life, or a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words wisely. Very interesting. We have engineer, ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Then we also have peace. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here. I understand. I see what's going on. This is interesting. Then we also have Shambhala, initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, dharma. And then we have choice. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. And last but not least, Vodou roots, which is respect, survival, liberation, freedom. The main complaint that people have about you is that you choose not to entertain drama. If something's going on, you are literally, I mind my business. You mind your business. And that's one complaint that people have about you, is you mind your business. You are focused on peace. You always are looking for resolutions and solutions, and people are like, why doesn't this person complain? Like, people's complaints, which this is so ass backwards, but this is what's coming through. People complain because you don't want to put the spotlight on any negative energies. You avoid negative energies, negative situations. You don't care for the drama, and it's like that really triggers people who are, you know, probably more like negative. Especially victim. If people are in victim mentality, the complaint that they have about you is you throw solutions at them and they just want to wallow in their pity. They just want to sit there and complain. You don't really let people complain. You always, if someone's complaining about something, you'll be like, all right, but you have this. All right, but you have, and there's always a but with you. You always look at the other side, okay? Libra energy coming through, and that pisses people off. People complain like, don't tell Pile 1 your problems, because then they're gonna try to fix you or try to get a solution for you. Y'all could have Virgo in your chart as well. You could be seeing 666 and you could be 24 or 42 years old, but you always focus on, you know, happiness, joy. Like literally we have calm, love, kindness, and that's the complaint people have. They feel like you never spotlight your sadness. You never let people see you worry. You never let people see you down. You never complain. And that's the complaint that people have, which this doesn't make sense to me, but that's it. I'm going to focus on that. Because someone told me that I need to focus on the question, but like how I channel is just different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still giving you the results, right? Okay. People also complain about like how many choices that you have in life. A lot of you guys, you have multiple endeavors, multiple sources of income, multiple things that you can do. You just have a lot of choices. You may even have multiple options in regards to love, friends, and stuff like that. And that may trigger people because not everybody has the same advantages as you. Okay, you trust in the process. You don't complain. If something bad happens to you, you always see the bright side, and people are like, these people can't be like, they're never miserable. Like it's like nothing phases them. You're very nonchalant. You don't give a damn, and you know, you make choices based off of your happiness and your peace. Okay. And people get mad because you're like, if somebody's going through some type of argument and stuff like that and they want to complain, they can't come to you because you'll just give them a solution. If somebody just wants to vent, which I'm not saying that you're not a good listener, but you just choose to always see the brighter side, and that just doesn't allow people to wallow in their pity. So you could be surrounded by negative people who just want to like, they're like, I just want to gossip, or I just want to complain, and I want to have somebody who will just like hear me out and just complain with me. You know what I'm saying? Which I get that, but like also like, bro, I don't know, that's just not how I process. But you also take a lot of time to spend with yourself. You could be like the type of person that you spend time with people and then you have to recharge for quite a long time, and you go into your mind palace and you kind of like maybe ghost people, and that really is a complaint that people have. They're like, okay, well, there goes, we got to see Pile 1 for a day and now we're not going to see them for the next 6 months. So because they have a lot of things. You guys could be extremely busy, okay? Extremely busy, always doing things. With this engineer things, it's like you could be working on multiple things, and you know what you want out of life. You have liberated yourself from survival mode, and you have like a path, and you know what choices that you need to work on. You trust the process, and you're following your flow. And you know, a lot of people don't really have life figured out, and a lot of people don't have the mindset that you have, and that's the complaint that people have. They're like, this person is perfect, this person has their shit together, this person acts all perfect. They feel like you never show them your other side. You never show any imperfections, and that's the complaint that people have. They're like, I want to see, this person's not real. Like, it's not that they're calling you fake, but they're like, I want to see the other side. I want to see the dark side. I don't want to just see the light. I want to see this person unhappy for once. I want to see this person, you know, down and out for once. But you're just always dancing with life and just, you know, I'm not sure. This is very interesting. People also complain about the way that you talk, the way that you speak. You could be extremely blunt, okay? And, you know, you don't really choose your words carefully. You try to, but I think that the way you speak, it just really comes off as blunt, and you know, it may trigger people. Like, especially if someone's complaining or gossiping and you say things like, oh well, you shouldn't really focus on that. They get offended, and that's a complaint. They're like, bro, like let me live. Or maybe you could be very analytical, very critical, and you may call out things and stuff like that, and that gets people really triggered, and then they complain about that, like, oh my god, I can't say nothing around pile 1 because then they're gonna, you know, analyze and pick it apart and look for a solution and da 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 da. But yeah, that's what I got. Let's tap into your tarot. Okay, pile number 1. We have the 10 of Cups with the 5 of Wands. We have the 4 of Cups with the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups and the 7 of Swords. We have the Tower, the 6 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck is a Hierophant, and the 2 of Swords was clarifying the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. I just heard Almighty. Like, people really feel like with this Hierophant energy, like, I heard too good. Like, people, like, complaint is like you act like your shit don't stink, you're too good for people, da 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 da, you're perfection. Again, like I was saying, like, people think that you're perfection. You may not think that, maybe you do, but the way that you hold yourself and, like, because you guys have integrity and, like, morals, you hold yourself to a really high standard. You're probably more critical of yourself than you are of others. Again, that's why I was getting this Virgo energy, because Virgos are very hard on on others, like, very critical because they care, they want the best for people. But it's also like they're 10 times harder on themselves than they are on you. So if you think they're criticizing you a lot, they're 10 times criticizing themselves 10 times more. So I digress. Sorry. At the end of the day, people are very much, like, upset that you, like, people think you have it all together, and that's a complaint. Like, this person knows no wrongs, is always happy, would rather choose happiness instead of fighting, okay? It's like you won't get involved in drama, especially, like, maybe your fam, they might have drama, because with this 10 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and this 2 of Swords, you're like, you know, it's like, you try not to get involved or engulfed in this explosion of energies if there's a lot of trauma and drama, or, you know, you're like, I'd rather keep the peace, focus on myself, okay? A lot of people also feel like you're always working, and that's another complaint, is like, you're always working, you're always doing something, and, you know, they feel like if they try to offer something to you or try to talk to you, it's like you'll prioritize work over anything else. And this doesn't have to be, like, just work, because it's giving, like, spirituality or isolation or meditation or things that bring you peace. You know what I'm saying? You'd rather just do that, like, things that improve your health or something like that, or work. Like, if it's gonna improve you in some way, shape, or form, or improve your life, like, people may think that you're selfish, and that's another complaint. Okay, with this Queen of Cups and the 7 of Swords, people feel like you're emotionally manipulative or emotionally deceptive. Like, if you're feeling one way, you won't be honest about that. You may be the type of person who beats around the bush or tells a little white lie in order to not hurt someone's feelings, but you also are the person who's very blunt, which is weird. So that's why people feel like you're emotionally, like, you know, deceptive. They're like, okay, well, this person will tell me this, but then all of a sudden they're trying to beat around the bush with this. And it's not even like you tell them, like, you don't tell people your emotion. It's pretty much because you don't tell people your emotions. It's not that you're emotionally manipulative, but people are assuming that, okay? But people are pretty much like, this person never, like, expresses their emotions. Like, if you're sad, you go through things alone and you isolate instead of, like, asking for help and stuff like that. And that's what people complain about, you know? They're like, I know that pile 1's going through something, but they ain't gonna tell me, da 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 da. Or I know that pile 1 has a little crush or is going through something, or they just broke up with you know, anything that has to do with emotions. You may be, like, emotionally unavailable, and that's to everyone around you, and that could be a complaint that people have. People also complain about how different you are from your past. This could be people from your past complaining and saying, again, it's giving, like, this person thinks they're better than us, this person thinks their shit don't stink, like, I knew this person from the past and now they're completely different, but they think, like, oh, like, remember where you came from, da 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 da. This is a big energy, like, you know, people feel like you're not humble because you hold yourself to this high standard. That does not mean that you're not humble, but that's the complaint that people have. Remember that. Alright, then we have this 9 of Cups energy with this Queen of Wands, bro. Literally, it's like you get everything you want. Anything that you want. Pile 1 gets whatever they want. Anything for pile 1. Like, smug. Like, people are, like, that's another complaint. Like, you always get what you want. You won't do things that you don't want to do. Like, with the choices we were talking about in your current, in your oracles, it's like, if you want to do something, you're gonna make sure that you do it. But if somebody's trying to get you to do something, if you don't want to do it, you're absolutely not going to do it. I heard double standard in my head, so it's like you have this double standard. And it's not that you don't, because not that you do, because I feel like if somebody doesn't want to do something, you're not going to force them, but people feel like you have this manipulative hold on them, okay? Maybe pretty privilege. I don't know what it is, but people want to serve you, people want to do things for you, you get this special attention, special energy, and that's the complaint. It's like you get all this privilege and you get special treatment, and you know, when people try to do the same thing as you, they don't get treated the same way, and that's another complaint. It's like you get treated differently than everybody around you, and people don't like that, and that's the complaint. Is like, why does Pal 1 always get this, or why does Pal 1 always get this special treatment? What makes them so special? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it for you, pile number 1. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. You can pick another pile if you feel called to, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, bye. What up, pile number 2? It's your girl Drea, and this is the Theowlsintuition. If you are new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every time I post some new content. And if this resonates, you know, give me a little thumbs up, baby, and comment. Let me know how or why, okay? Y'all confirmations be very intriguing, okay? If you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box. They are 40% off until January 23rd. Let's get it. We're seeing what kind of secret complaints that people have about you. Pile 1 was very interesting. So I can't wait to see what comes out for you. We're gonna get your current energy to see if this is your pile. And as always, don't let these messages take from you. They're from outside perspectives, and you know, if you can improve from them, yes, but if not, just, you know, let it go. Feel it and let it go. All right, what is pile number 2's? Some of y'all could have come from pile number 1. What is pile number 2's current energy? Okay, pile number 2's current energy. Alright, that's enough right there. Ooh, money could be coming in for you. An unexpected check, you may get a raise, promotion. There's some, or you may get an idea that could actually help to provide this material harvest. This is the 9 of Pentacles, so it's like, and it's also paired with this 6 of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity. So again, you could be receiving some type of download or some type of idea to put an end to something that was blocking you, and to start to initiate and give, because this is a 6 of Pentacles, so it's about reciprocation, or giving energy, and you know, giving generously towards a goal that is actually going to provide you with this material harvest. Okay, you may feel fearful with this shadow, with this moon energy, because you may not see what could be on the other side. You know, you may be living in fear, you know, fear of taking the chance and doing something different. Okay, but rest not. We have the 6 of Wands, which means you will be victorious, but you do have to conquer this fear. You do have to conquer the unknown, because you don't know how this thing is going to turn out, whatever this idea that you may have already received or you may get. If you already have an idea of something that is new, that is out of your comfort zone, that you want to try, and you've been thinking about how to implement this, this is your confirmation to continue to do that, because this is going to bring about material harvest, but it's also going to help you spiritually, because this is something that is connected to your soul, something that brings you joy, something that makes your heart sing, and something that you're connected to creatively. Okay, and then we have the 3rd eye chakra. Like I said, faith over fear right now. You have to trust. You could be seeing 999 and 666 for sure, because we have 666 and then 9, and this reduces to 9, and then 6 backwards is 9. So just saying. But yeah, you have to trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to guide you in this. You're going to receive a lot of downloads. Allow your intuition to, you know, continue to guide you. Don't allow, when your intuition is a calm knowing too. Okay, if you start to feel fearful, question why. Is it because of things from your past, or is it anxiety from you assuming the worst about your future? Staying present will help you through this journey. Okay, staying grounded will really help you, and just not allowing your fears from past endeavors or your fear of the unknown to block you from this amazing opportunity that's going to bring you about recognition, success, and victory. Okay, so if that resonates at all, let's get into your oracles about what complaints do people have about you right now. All right, I just heard picky. You are very picky, okay? And that is one complaint that people have. You want things done a certain way at a certain time. You may even be very like strict in regards to like your routines and stuff like that. You may have a routine and you may do a lot of things that you continuously do things. You have patterns and stuff like that, which it's not that you don't like to step out of your comfort zone, but maybe you don't. Maybe some of you guys hate change, and when changes start to happen, you get upset, and you know, then you start to be like, well, I need it this way, and then, you know, that is a complaint that people have. They're like, okay, well, Pal 2 always needs everything a specific way, you know, make sure Pal 2 has like this, has like that. We have choices again, so definitely some of y'all definitely came from Pal number 1, especially with this optimism, which it says, if you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. Okay, people really feel like you be getting in your head, and that's one complaint. It's like you always maybe assume the worst sometimes. You try to stay optimistic, but then sometimes you don't. You dilly-dally. You may jump from one option to the next with this dualistic energy over here with this Jinn. Wilderness, enigma, service, and choices. Okay, you may be indecisive in regards to how you feel about certain situations, so you may change your mind. You may make quick choices out of nowhere, and that may trigger people. Also, with this enigma energy is people can't figure you out, and that's another complaint. It's like you have so many different things that you like. People can't put you in a box. You kind of live life on the wild side, and yet you are still very much like in your ways. It's like, how are you stuck in your ways? How do you have these routines and yet you always take risks and do these things and da 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 da? It's so crazy to people, but people are like intrigued because you are of service, don't get me wrong, but then also like you may be on the wild side and do things that kind of shock people. With this energy, it's like, one, stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy. There's two collectives right there. It's like you either are very protective of your energy, again with this pickiness, or you are the type of person who is always trying to butter people up or please people, and you give too much to the wrong person. So, you know, it could be two complaints. It could be that you're getting complaints from multiple people. Someone who always gets what they want from you, who's like, oh, this person, you know, or someone who sees that you give so much to somebody and they're like, why does this person give so much to this person when they're not getting reciprocated energy? With this Midas and this abundance, a lot of you guys could do something creative for money, and that could be a complaint because some people are like, okay, well, this person makes a lot of money, and it's like they don't have to work hard or something like that. That could be a complaint that people have, depending on like if you have your own business and stuff like that. And one, they don't really know if you work hard or not, but from what they see, you know, the entrepreneurship is easier than working a 9-to-5. But is it though? It's a roller coaster. I digress. At the end of the day, you also could be the type of person who does not, you obsess about wealth. You may be like really focused on money, making money moves. You may invest your, like, again, similar to Pal 1, it's like we were talking about, like you'd rather work instead of like just hanging out with friends or family and stuff like that. You're like, I'd rather do something that'll make money. You may choose to prioritize work over plans, maybe work on holidays and stuff like that, and that could trigger people. But there is emphasis on like maybe you could be holding on to your money and you may not be as generous as people would like. Like, people don't know how much money you have. It could be like they're pocket watching you. They're like, I never know, because Pal 2 always seems to have money, but then they don't like give us money, or they don't spend money like crazy, da 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 da. Or maybe you do, and then they're like, okay, well, I asked for money and they don't have it, but I see them spending money. So it could be either way, you know. And then we have being a thoughtful steward for the money I already have is the secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up. Yeah, there's just big emphasis on people are complaining about the fact that you could either be hoarding your money, saving up for something, and that means you're like, oh, I don't want us to go out because I have to save for this. Like, there's big emphasis on like you're prioritizing building the bank, building up your money, and also protecting your energy. So you could be very closed off to people. With this I am presence, it's giving first house, it's giving Aries, it's giving like very self-focused. Okay, yes, I have choices, but I'm going to choose me instead of other people right now. And you know, you could be connecting with yourself with light body activation, assessing the divine within. It's also with this I am presence, like whatever you believe about yourself, you achieve. So you may think very highly of yourself, and you know, you work with the laws of the universe, and you could get very lucky, let's just say. And because of this luck, that really people complain about that, like everything is like with this optimism, like you just, everything works out for you. Even when you're down and out, even when bullshit happens, even when you lose money or anything like that, you're just like, you don't fear it, okay? If something doesn't work out, you're like, it's okay, we'll start a new chapter. And that's a complaint that people have. It's like, they never get to see you down. Again, this isn't like pile one. It's like people want to see you down. People want to see you not smiling. People want to see you more upset. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you upset, even if you don't have money. Again, like, so let's say you're dead broke, you'll still be optimistic and you'll still be happy. And it's like people are complaining, like, I don't understand how this person is dead broke and they're happier than me. Like, I have mad money and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of vibe. Very interesting. But you have this divine essence and divine protection, and that's what people complain about, because they may not know it's the divine working, but it's like, if people try to mess with you, or people try to do things to sabotage you or do anything bad towards you, they get instant karma, or people will defend you. Like, people defend you the way this guy is defending this money. Like, people will ride for you, and if someone's talking shit about you, there's always somebody to back you up or to be on your side, and people are very protective about you. And that's another complaint that people have, is like, why does everyone love and support this person so much? Like, I don't understand. And they feel like you don't be doing the most, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. But people are complaining, like, the energy that you get is not the energy that you give to others. And that's one complaint that people have about you, you know? Let's get into your tarot. Okay, pile number 2. Again, a lot of pentacles here. A lot of pentacles. And let's talk about, we have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Cups, we have the Moon, the Eight of Coins, we have the Empress, the Ace of Wands, we have the Three of Coins, we have the Star, we have the Ace of Coins, we have the Five of Coins, and the Nine of Wands. Again, you are very mysterious, very protective, very private. You may not post on social media. And the thing is like, people just want to know about your life. People want to know how you feel. People want to know what's going on. People want to know about your dating life. You don't tell people shit about you. You may be the type of person who just doesn't talk about yourself at all. You'll talk about anything in the world. You know, you could have good conversational skills. You may get excited about things and stuff like that, but you are not going to talk about yourself. You're either quick to change the subject or quick to talk to people, or you just could be the type of person who's a good listener. But yeah, people want to, like, wish you would post on social media. So that's another complaint. They're like, I don't see this person. They never reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? You may not reach out to people first, you know? You have a lot going on in regards to your endeavors, your creative paths. And it's like, I heard money, money, money. Like, we have 4 cards about money. And then, you know, Empress. Hello, abundance. But yeah, a lot of people may complain about, like, when you get excited about things, you may be, like, super excited. Because with this Page of Wands and this Nine of Cups, people think you over-exaggerate your emotions. How do I say this? Yeah, because the optimistic, it's like, I don't know, like, you get maybe like this childlike energy coming through about certain things, and then that maybe, like, people complain about that, like, oh, there goes, because you may, like, get excited about things, and when you get excited about things, you start talking about them, and you get really passionate, and, you know, or when you, like, manifest a desire you want, you get excited, and you talk about it, and you talk about the plans that you have, and that really, people complain about that. So maybe keep your moves private, because not everybody wants to see you win, okay? Not everybody is celebrating your successes. So I do feel like there's some type of envy or jealousy going on Okay, with this moon and this 8 of coins, people also feel like you're very private in regards to how you make your money. You may have multiple sources of income and maybe other incomes that you don't tell people about, because again, there's this emphasis on like you always have money, but people don't know how you get this money or what you're spending your money on, or they want to know. Okay, with this Empress, because it makes me think of Mother Knows Best, listen to your mumsy. If you watch the movie Tangled, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Well, let's talk about the card first. Like, it's pretty much saying, because she's like, Mother knows best, it's like, listen to me, and you know, don't question anything. I feel like people complain and say that you think you're a know-it-all, or you think you know best, or it's like whatever Paltu says goes, you know. It's like Paltu's never wrong, like it's that kind of vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people think either you're a know-it-all, or they feel like you're cocky or conceited. Maybe even your looks too, because the Empress, like maybe people feel like you're conceited. You they maybe see you looking in the mirror, or, and this doesn't mean that you have to be conceited, guys, okay? But I'm just saying that people may think that 333, they may feel like because you look good, because I'm not gonna lie, pile 2, you look good, okay? We have the Empress, the Ace of Wands, the 9 of Cups. You look good. You're attractive in some way, shape, or form. You may attract a lot of partners, and that is another complaint. It's like Paltu always gets the person, always gets the people who look good, or always gets the attention, okay? Because we have the Star and the 3 of Coins. You may get a lot of attention. Maybe people want to work with you, people want to hang out with you, people want to be your friend, people want to give things to you, okay? Especially like if you're down and out, let's say you don't have money, because we have the Ace of Coins and the 5 of Coins, or if you know you don't have something, people are always willing to give you gifts and stuff like that. Maybe you get a lot of gifts and people complain about that. You get a lot of special treatment, you get a lot of offers, a lot of people want to collaborate with you, a lot of work opportunities, a lot of side hustle projects, and you know, maybe people ask like, oh, can you come on my podcast, and da, da, da. People always want to work with you and choose you. And that's another thing, people complain like, everybody chooses Pal too, nobody asks about me, nobody chooses me, nobody checks on me, da, 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 da. You know. But yeah, that's intense. But yeah, you kind of like have this star quality without even trying. You just get a lot of attention. That's the complete, like, people treat you again differently. People may get excited when they see you, and then like say you're with 2 other people, and there's 2 other people in front of you. They walk in the room and they're just like, oh, hey, what's up, what's up? And then you walk in the room and everyone's like, oh, there's Paul too, yeah, Paul too. Like everyone gets all excited, starts wanting to talk to you. You get all this energy, this happiness. People are just lit because you're there, and that pisses people off, and people complain about that. But people also complain is that like when you don't show up, or when you don't accept offers, or when you don't like hang out, or don't pull up to the party, or pull up to the thing, or when you're not at work, the energy is different. It's whack, it's dry, it's like this carcass. It's not fun, and that's what people complain about too, which is kind of funny, because you have the people who are complaining that you're getting all this attention, and then you got the people who are actually giving you the attention, who are complaining when you're not there because they miss your energy. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people may give you compliments, say you're beautiful, handsome, sexy, da da da, and people complain because I feel like a lot of people talk about your appearance, or you may get a lot of compliments, and it's not even that you get them to your face, but behind your back, people are always giving you compliments. And then people may complain about that, like, oh my god, everyone always has to talk about Paltu, Paltu's work, Paltu's good looks. Everyone gets so excited about Paltu. It's a lot of envious energy. So you have a lot of people who complain because they're envious of your good looks and your abundance, and how kind of things are easy for you, and how you're very private and you're very closed off, and you have high boundaries. People complain about your boundaries because you have high boundaries, and you do what you want, and you're not going to be forced to do anything that you don't want to do, okay? Like, mother knows best, listen to your mumsy. People complain about that, okay? Because they feel like either you can't do no wrong, or you always feel like, you know, other people are wrong. You may be combative, or always like see another side, and maybe people complain about that. You could be a debater, you always debate and be like, well, I see why you're doing this, but you could always do this, and people complain about that. They're like, yo, what if I just want to do that? Let me do that. Stop trying to change me, instead of you know. So You may try to force people to change because you want them to do better, but that could also be something that people are complaining about because they feel like you're not accepting them for who they are. You mean well, of course, but people are taking it as like, okay, well, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough. But that's a them, you know, they have to work on their self-love, you know, but I digress. That's what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, what's going on? Pile number 3. It's your girl Drea, and this is Theowlsintuition. If you are new here, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post new content. And if it resonates, you know, give me a little thumbs up and comment. Let me know how or why. Your confirmations do be on point. Okay, this could be triggering, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Use your discernment and your intuition, okay, baby? These are from outside perspectives. Not all of this may be true. And not every message may resonate with you because there are thousands of people watching as always, okay? So remember that. We are going to get your current energy to see if this is your pal, and then we'll tap into your oracles and close you out with some tarot. If you want to book a reading, my email is in the description box. They are 40% off until January 23rd, 2024, okay? But yeah, the 2 piles I already did were very interesting. And I can't wait to see what comes out for you, pile 3. But let's get into it, alright? What's pile 3's current energy? Wow, okay. Celebrate! Wow. If you've been going through it emotionally, the tide is turning. We have the Sun. We have the 3 of Cups with rejoice and celebration. Oh my god. We have love begins, and then look at all this green, this heart chakra energy. Your heart chakra is opening. So maybe you've been down and out. Maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you went through loss, a breakup, or something like that. Whatever it is, you went through some type of tough energy that made you lose focus of what you wanted, lose focus in life. Maybe you didn't understand where you wanted to go. Maybe you failed at something, so you lost hope. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You went through a period of apathy. You went through a period of boredom, and you were just discontent in all your emotions. You were unhappy. Maybe you were angry, maybe you were furious, maybe you were jealous, maybe you were just at unease, maybe you were just sick, maybe you, whatever it is, you were in this period of lower vibrational, kind of like glass half full kind of, half empty kind of vibes. You were not seeing the bigger picture. You didn't see the radiance behind you. You didn't see all the abundance, and now it's like you're shifting out of that energy and you're going to be having more love in your life. Your heart chakra is going to be opening. You're going to be more happy, more confident, more lit up. You're closing this cycle. This reduces to a 10, okay? You're going to become one with yourself again and become connected to your loved ones, and this could be more than one person, friends, family, or an actual lover. You may be connecting with a lover, okay? Maybe your love life has been boring, and you know, maybe you're gonna start going on dates and going out, or maybe you're reconciling with people who you haven't talked to, who you missed. You know, people, it doesn't matter who's coming into your life. These could be new people or people from your past, but either way, you're going to be connecting with people who, one, give you love, pour into you just as much as you pour into them with this energy right here, and you know, they make you happy, you make them happy. These are people who look up to you, people who want to receive wishes fulfilled, but also who want to help you succeed as well. These are people who are riders, and you know, whether they're coming back or whether they're, you know, new people, you're manifesting like your soul tribe, and you're going to be so lit up, so happy. Yeah, you were definitely going through it. You were definitely going through it, and that's coming to an end, okay? Someone may come to you who also, okay, this is random. Yeah, someone may have a crush on you and maybe really attracted to you with this Ace of Wands. And they may have been trapped in fear in regards to approaching you, okay? They may even have tried to approach you and you may have denied the offer, or maybe they're scared to approach you because they feel you would deny the offer. And someone may romantically move towards you. Could be a friend who wants to get out of the friend zone, or maybe it just could be somebody who wants to who wants to become your friend. They find you attractive, but they have to start somewhere, so they're like, okay, let's start with friends, and then we'll we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? But there's somebody who has their eye on you, and they look up to you. They see you as this beautiful, radiant, or handsome being, and they're kind of scared right now, but they're getting out of this stuck energy, and they're gonna make a move because they feel emotionally fulfilled and very much passionately attracted to you as well. So if that resonates at all, let's get into your oracles. All right, pile number 3, we have listen, we have God, we have action, we have Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek, we have reassess, and then we have mirror I was saying magic mirror magic, lunar light, past life, spectrum, self-care. You mirror your energy to people, okay? Well, you mirror back people's energy. You are a mirror for people. If someone's being rude to you, you're not going to treat them with kindness, and that's a complaint. It's like people are like, okay, well, I see that this person treats this pile 3 treats this person like with so much love and respect, but then once I start interacting with them, but it all depends on how people treat you, and you mirror it back, and that's a complaint. Like, they're like, oh, they should be happy. Maybe you get complaints at work because when a rude customer comes in, you hit them where it hurts, because they're like making me think of like times where when I worked at Wendy's, like if people were rude, I was rude back. You know, I don't have the patience sometimes. I'm telling you, sometimes I just ignore it, but like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like if you're gonna be disrespectful to me, I'm gonna show you exactly who you are, okay? And that really triggers people, okay? And it doesn't have to be about just being rude, but there's this big emphasis on like you mirror people, okay? You mirror people's actions back to them. All right. With this listen energy, people start to heal the moment they feel heard. People complain because they feel like, all right, one, they feel like you be trying to act like you're everyone's therapist and you always listen, but you don't talk, okay? Very similar to another pile. It's like you don't tell people what's going on with you. You do not, you know, talk about yourself, and, you know, for some of you, it's like you don't listen and you only talk about yourself, and when people want to talk to you, they don't feel heard. So it could be 2 perspectives. If you're the person who likes to talk a lot and you talk about yourself a lot, then people complain that you talk too much about yourself and you don't really allow people to talk. And it could be the other way, where you always listen but you never talk about yourself at all and you're very private, okay? God complex, I'm hearing. You may think that you are, again, the Holy Grail. You're the prize, and there's nothing wrong with that, but some people do feel as though you are very cocky, okay? You could also, people feel like sometimes you're cruel. Again, with this energy, you're mirroring back energy. If you're being rude to people or being mean to people, or, you know, not giving people the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that, that is like people are complaining about that, okay? Because reassess too. You may change your mind about things. Like, let's say you don't like somebody, but then you end up being friends with them after, and then people are complaining about that, like, oh, pile 3 was just saying that they didn't. And maybe you forgive people, okay? You forgive people, and, you know, you move on or whatever. It doesn't matter. You drop the situations, you drop the drama, you talk it out, and then you become friends with somebody who you said that you weren't talking to anymore, and people complain about that. They're like, this person switches up. You may switch up, you may change, you may be a mutable sign, okay? We have, what is that? Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius. What's the other one? Gemini, but oh, it has to be an earth sign. So what's the other earth sign? Virgo, sorry. You could have that in your chart. Okay, what does this say? You have the right to change your mind. Yeah, so also you may get pissed off when people change their mind, and you may start talking shit or whatever, and then people, there's this big emphasis on like double standard, okay? With Gemini energy, double, you may be bipolar. You may give off bipolar energies and stuff like that. Depends on how you're feeling, and people are like, oh, well, I don't know how pile 3's feeling today, so that's how, let's see how they act, you know? You could be the type of person that, like, if you're miserable, everyone's miserable around you, and that's the energy that's going to be the today. Again, this mirror magic, you know what I'm saying? You're having a bad day, you're stuck in that energy for the whole day until you go to sleep and wake up better tomorrow, or until something changes that for you. And some people complain about that as well. You are what you seek. Inner discovery. You're very much focused because we have self-care, and this is the Holy Grail is making me think of the Ace of Cups, which is making me think of self-love. This also looks like a Venn diagram. Every time I see these kind of with the 2 circles and stuff like that, it brings me back to school. Like, I don't think you can see it, but there's a circle and there's the circle. But with the Venn diagram, it's like you weigh, again, you're very mutable. You're like, okay, pros, cons, in the middle. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people really don't like that. For whatever it is. But I digress. The main thing that I was saying is that, you know, you prioritize self-love, self-care. You maybe fill your cup up and you may not give to others, okay? You may be like this god or king or queen energy who just expects others to give to you. And it's not even that you don't give, but you could be very specific about who you give your energy to, very picky, and that could trigger people, and people complain about that as well. But people feel like you're on this high horse. You may have climbed a ladder and got some type of success. And again, there's this humble energy. Like, people feel like you may not be humble, and that is what people are complaining about. What does the action say? Baby steps are still better than, no, baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still. You may take little steps towards your what you want to like manifest and stuff like that. You make moves behind the scenes. You make pop out of nowhere and then become very successful out of nowhere. And you know, that may trigger people. They're like, okay, well, I didn't know you was doing that. Or you just move behind the scenes with this lunar light. It's like mysterious moon vibes. You may not tell people anything until you do it. Like, you may move and you don't tell anybody until like the day before you're moving. You're like, oh yeah, I'm moving to a whole new state and da da da. And people complain about that. Like, why do you wait? You may be the type of person who waits till the last minute to do things, and you could procrastinate a lot, and then you have to rush and stuff like that to take the actions, and that, you know, because maybe you're debating. You're like, I don't know if I want to go, and then you decide last minute you want to go, and it's like people are like, okay, well, why do you decide last minute? You wait till last minute sometimes to do things, to text people, to call people, to let them know that you're going, to let them know that you're not going, and that really may people complain about that. Anything else? Yeah. People also feel like you may bring up their past a lot, okay? You may bring up past situations with this past lives. It's like you bring up the past, and you know, you may bring up people's past and stuff like that instead of letting them, like, accepting them for who they are now. It's not to say that you're a bad person, because with this God energy, it also says benevolence and compassion. You are very compassionate, but again, with this mirror magic, you're not going to be compassionate. You're not going to listen to everybody. If people don't deserve your energy, you're not going to do it, okay? You are what you seek, so you are picky, again, and that may come off wrong to people, and da-da-da-da-da. And you change your mind. Because of the fact that you change your mind, it really pisses people off. Alright, my battery's gonna die, so let's get into your tarot. Alright, pile 3. We have the High Priestess, we have the 9 of Coins, we have the 6 of Swords, we have the Star, we have the 6 of Spears, we have the 4 of Coins, we have the 3 of Cups, the Ace of Cups. I clarified the 3 of Cups and the Ace of Cups deeper, and we have the 8 of Spears. Then we also have the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Spears, which spears are wands, by the way. And then clarified deeper with these two is the Knight of Spears. Okay. First things first is, like, you will, like, you'll end things very quickly, very shockingly, because you have this lone wolf energy. You do things by yourself, okay? A lot of people would like to be more included in your life, would like to talk to you more, would like to celebrate your wins, congratulate you, just would like to receive more of your love. And yeah, you definitely spend a lot of time by yourself, and people definitely complain about that. They're like, I want to see pile 3 more often. I want to go out. I want pile 3 to go out more. I want to spend more time with pile 3. I want to text or call or talk to pile 3 more. Okay. Some of you guys may be super, like, private about your love life. You could be, people don't know if you're single, people don't know if you're talking to people, and that's a complaint, because maybe people want to hit on you and stuff like that, but they don't know, and they ask people, and people are like, I don't know, and you know. It's funny. So people may think like they want to know like who you're like I heard sleeping with, or who, if you're with anybody, and da, da, da. It's like given like you would be the type, pile 3, to like go and elope instead of having like a wedding, and then people would complain about that because you just went and got married and you know. Fuck getting married for love. You need to have an extravagant wedding and have 300 people who you barely talk to show up so that you can show off your new marriage. Like, that's the kind of vibe that they would love for you to do instead of eloping. Alright, but I digress. At the end of the day, yeah, you shock people in regards to your plans and how you make your plans a reality, okay? And people complain about that. Why? I don't know. It's like you'll say you're gonna do something and you will always end up doing it, okay? But the way that you do it is shocking. Alright? It's giving like you're the type of person, if you don't like something, you'll just drop it. If you don't like your job anymore, you'll quit. If you don't like where you live anymore, you'll move. No notice. Again, because again, we're going back to your oracles, and it was saying like you change your mind, you reassess, and when you reassess, the thing is like you'll make drastic moves, and you may make moves that people feel are risky, and you may do it out of nowhere. You may trust your intuition, and that leads you towards success, but your intuition also guides you towards things that you have to do independently, and people just feel really left out. You make people feel left out, and it's like that's another complaint. Okay, with the 6 of Swords and this star energy, it's like you're always moving forward, you're always healing, you're never like holding on to things from your past. Maybe you don't hold on to grudges, you hold on to your victories more than the pain, than anything. You're like, if someone wants to talk about your past, it has to be about the good. You don't want to talk about the bad. It's not to say that you won't talk about the bad, but they feel like you just don't bring up shit. Like, people feel like they don't know you, and that's the complaint. Like, people feel like you know them, and they feel like you're their friend. They're your friend, but they feel like they don't know you enough to call you their friend. But they have so much love for you, so it confuses them. They're like, this person doesn't tell me anything about their life. Okay, some of y'all may travel a lot, and that could be a complaint people have because they wish they were traveling like you. Or maybe you have a nice car or something and people complain about their car. Or maybe you complain about your car and then people complain like that you're complaining about your car because they're like, yo, at least you have a car, or at least you have this. You may complain about certain things sometimes, and that may trigger people. With the 6 of Spears and the 4 of Coins, it's like you're building some type of foundation and some type of success, and maybe some people are complaining about the fact that people support you. People recognize your success. People may talk about your success a lot. Maybe a lot of people, when they're out with all these people are always bring you up. Like with the 3 of Cups and this Ace of Cups and the 8 of Spears, people are always talking about how much they love you and da 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 da, even when you're not there. And that may trigger other people who are always there because they're like, okay, well, you know, it's given, because it reminds me of when in the past one of my friends, me and one person stopped being friends, and then another person I was mutually friends with was still hanging out with the person I stopped being friends with, and this person would constantly bring me up around this person, and it's like you're taking the person for granted who you have still in your life. It was like they were not grateful for who they had, and they kept talking about who they didn't have or what was lacking, and that made that other person really uncomfortable and like kind of upset, and it triggered them. So it's like you could do that. You could be the type of person who is like, oh, I miss Pal 3, or people are like, I miss Pal 3, or I love Pal 3, I wish Pal 3 was here, but they're not giving credit to the people. That doesn't matter, but that's what I'm getting. Or maybe you do that, that's what I mean. Maybe you're like, oh, you know, either way, it could be that. It's either you do that or people do that about you, and that's why people complain. They're like, people are always talking about how they miss Pal 3 or da 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 da, but like, what about me? They never say this. Like, I'm always here. They never give me no recognition. People hold on to your energy a lot, Pal 3. I never forget. So you're like, people will never forget you. Even if you have moved on, you'll always be this star in their eyes. And it's giving like another pile, you do no wrong, and even if you have moved on and ran away to other connections and other people, people will always view you in a high light, and that does piss other people off. And that's what people complain about. Oh, everyone puts pile number 3 on their high horse over here with the 6 of Spears. They think that maybe you could be egotistical. Maybe people complain about your ego. Maybe people complain about how much attention you get. You could get a lot of attention on social media. Maybe you always pop up on their timeline or something like that with the star and the 6 of Spears. You could always, you know, be posting online. Maybe you're always live, or maybe you're always doing stuff, and you get a lot of attention online, or maybe even in person. It doesn't matter. You get a lot of attention. People celebrate you, people love you, and people talk about you a lot. And that is what people complain about. They're like, this person really stays to themselves, is very much independent, and does things without thinking about others, or without like how it would make others affect. Like, maybe people complain about the fact that you make moves and you don't think about the repercussions or the results that could happen, or how your moves or how your actions could affect other people. And that's when people complain. With the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Spears clarified deeper with the Knight of Spears, people want to know your relationship status. Again, you're very secretive. You may not talk about your relationship. You may not talk about your family or your friends or anything like that to anybody. And you're very private. And, you know, people want to know about that because either they want to make a move on you, okay? And also, people may complain and say that you say that you're in a relationship, and then they find out that you're single. Like, maybe someone wants to make a move on you, Knight of Spears energy, so they're trying to make a move on you, and they're asking you like, oh yeah, and you're like, no, I got a boyfriend or I got a girlfriend, and then they find out later that you don't and that you're single, and they're like pissed off. That, like, why would you lie about that? Like, why would you lie about that? Like, why? Like, alright, that's what I got for you, pile number 3. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. What up, pile number 4? Last but never least, baby, it's your girl Drea, and this is the Owlsintuition. If you're new here, hit that subscribe so you get notified every time I post new content. Hit that bell as well. And if it resonates, you know, comment. Let me know how or why, and give me a thumbs up if you like this content and if you want to see more like this. Okay? As always, just take this with a grain of salt. Outside perspectives. And multiple people, thousands of people are watching, so some messages may not be for you. So don't let this take from you. Trust your intuition, use your discernment. If you would like to book a reading, my email is in the description box. They're on sale, 40% off until January 23rd, 2024. So we're going to get your current energy to see if this is your pile, and then we will tap into your oracles and close you out with some tarot. Okay? Pile number 4. What's pile 4's current energy? Oh. Come here. Pile 4's current energy. One more. Cool. Alright, it seems you have to make a decision. You've been stuck in stagnant, or I heard procrastination, so you may have been procrastinating making a choice, and you've been in your head about some type of choice. Maybe it has to do with boundaries. Maybe it has to do with something you're worth fighting for. You're fighting for. Maybe it has to do with a new job opportunity. Okay, maybe it has to do with an idea that could bring about prosperous growth and new opportunities and stuff like that. But it's like you could be all up in your head about it because maybe there's competition, maybe there's other things. But this is a part of your destiny, whatever this is. Okay? I understand that you're in your head. Maybe you could be perfectionist, or maybe you have anxiety, or maybe you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what could grow out of this. You don't know. The uncertainty really stresses you out, and it makes you kind of not want to entertain this, okay? No matter what, this period will be coming to an end, and as you step towards this and you start to create whatever this is that you've been like kind of like playing with back and forth within your head, you are going to see a lot of growth, a lot of transformation, and the fruits of your labor are going to come in. You will have to maintain boundaries because you're going to have a lot of new abundance, you're going to have a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new connections, and a lot of people who may be trying to get these connections, okay? You may have to walk away from certain people. because, you know, your destiny may not involve everybody, okay? Because your heart may get broken because somebody may try to, you know, get you in your head and say, oh, you're not, why would you think you could make money off that? Or why do you think you could do that? No matter what, stay grounded and stand firm in what you believe in. You will manifest what you want. It is destined, okay? This is the foundation of something that is only the beginning of what you will achieve in your life. This could bring about generational wealth. This could bring about new connections. Could bring about so much. You're building a foundation that is going to bring you abundance emotionally, physically, and, you know, spiritually as well. But you may go through periods where you get in your head, and you may go through periods where you feel heartbroken or you feel lost, and, you know, you may have to set boundaries and walk away from people who maybe break your heart because they don't believe in what you believe in. They might not see the destiny that you're trying to create. They may say things that piss you off, and then you're going to start to get combative and stuff like that, and then they may show their true colors. So just be mindful. The right people who are meant to join you on this journey will. You also have a lot of divine guidance, a lot of divine support. You have a huge team on the other side that is helping you to create this destiny. You're going to be receiving a lot of downloads, which is why you could be going through a lot of headaches. Make sure you drink a lot of water and sleep as much as you can, and stay off your phone as much as you can. Going into nature, because I saw that base chakra, will definitely help, because there's a big emphasis on you need to be grounded and present and out of your head in order to make this become a reality, in order to be able to allow this prosperity to flow in. And you have to continue to fight for what it is that you believe in, even if no one else believes in it just like you. Okay? But yeah, if that resonates at all, let's get into your oracles. Alright, pile number 4. You take risks a lot in your life. You take risks, you step out of your comfort zone, you do things that, you know, make people feel like you're delusional, and you make it a reality, but it does take time. But people feel like worried about you, and that's what people complain, like, I'm always worried. I'm worried. It could be fam and friends and stuff like that. These are people who care about you, but they're worried because, you know, you you trust your intuition, but they don't see or know what your intuition is telling you, so they think that you may be crazy, you may be taking risks, okay? Because we have risk. Some of y'all maybe gamble, or you like to gamble, or, you know, do anything that has to do with some type of gambling. You may, yeah, anything that puts your money at risk, some of y'all may do that, okay? But, and that is something that people complain about, like, why is this person always gambling? Maybe you always get lottery tickets, or you're always betting, or you may go to the racetracks, or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's only for some of you. It says, take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth. We literally have learning and growth, then we have halls of learning, great lessons, and then we have lessons. So there's big emphasis on people complaining about the fact that you continuously learn lessons, okay? Maybe you could be hard-headed and stubborn, and you won't listen to somebody. Maybe someone gives you advice, right? Because they've been through a situation that you're going through, and you don't take it, and then you take the risk anyway, and then you fail and you learn the lesson. And people complain, like, why didn't you do it? Like, I told you not to do that, you know? And people complain, like, you never listen. You know, you just do what you do, you know? Yeah. It's like you ram your head against the wall. You could be very hard-headed. You could be a fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. But it's like you learn things the hard way, and that really, people complain about that. They're like, okay, well, I told you not to do this, and I told you not to do that. You could have learned from me, you know, and you didn't. Okay? Some of you guys could be very charming, and that could definitely be something that people complain about. Some people think that you're loyal to your detriment. It's giving, like, a lot of you guys see the best in people, and you may get hurt or betrayed a lot, and people wish you were less trusting. They worry about you because you have this big heart, and yes, you're intuitive, but sometimes they feel like you focus on the light more than the dark, which is like, it skews your perception of people because all you see is the good, because, you know, you just see the good in people, and that really could be something that people complain about. They're like, I knew something was off about that person, but pile 4 continued to be their friend, and then they got betrayed. Or pile 4 continued to date that person, and I told them from the jump not to trust them, but they gave them a chance anyway. You could give people multiple chances, and you repeat lessons, you forgive people, and it happens again, and that people complain. Like, you could have may have been in a toxic relationship, or maybe you are in a toxic relationship, those on and off things. Maybe that was in your past. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be relevant right now, but people definitely complain because you're the type of person, you're gonna learn things on your own time when you're ready, and people complain about that because they want better for you, but you have to want better for yourself, and you'll only want better when you're ready. You learn the lesson on your own time. You're on your own time. What does it say? Time spent worrying is time spent. Some of you guys may be worry warts too, and you may worry about certain things that may have nothing to do with you. You may waste time worrying. Maybe you just, you know, you could be the type of person who does analysis paralysis, and then you waste all this time, and then you miss opportunities, or you don't take the risks that you need to, for some of you. Okay, then we have focus. Some of y'all may be too focused on your phone. You may be around people and people complain that you're always on your phone, or you're always, you know, doing something that has to do with like technology and stuff, or you know, you may scroll instead of talking to people. That's why for some of you, if you focus on what you don't want, there's a good chance you might get it. Focus on what you do want instead. So some of you guys, you may focus on what you don't want. You may complain a lot. For some of you, you may continue to focus on things that people don't want you to focus on. You know, people want to bring your attention to the negatives in people because they want you to understand and not take a risk or something like that, or the negatives in a situation, like that's risky, but you continue to focus on like the positive, and you're like, well, it may work out, okay? But also, you may be the type of person who rushes people, or you're always rushing. And I heard some of y'all are always late, and people complain about that as well. You may be on your own time. So it's making me think of how I was late to like everything all the time before. Yeah, so maybe people complain about that. Okay. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no for you, and people complain about that because you, again, similar to another pile, you're not going to do things that you don't want to do, and people cannot convince you otherwise. Alright, you're very protective of your energy. You're very psychic and very connected, and you may know things or find out things, and that's what people complain about. Like, how does pile 4 always find out about this, or how did pile 4 know about this? So maybe either people tell you or your intuition tells you. Either way, you always find out about something, and then you maybe make the moves, and that stresses people out. Like, you receive confirmations because it says spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. So you may receive certain things, and that is, you know, why you act the way you act, and then all of a sudden people are like confused and they complain about that. Okay, maybe you know a lot of things, and then people are like stressed because like they know that you're psychic, and they know that you know things, and they know that maybe you may be doing things and you protect yourself and stuff like that, and then they go through some type of karma, and people complain about that. But maybe you do rituals. You might be into witchy things and occult. Or like, you know, the way you move, you live a very spiritual life, and that kind of people who are more stuck in the 3D complain about that because you trust your intuition and you take risks based off of your intuition. Or you maybe like don't believe in time, okay, because time is an illusion. You could be like me. Maybe this is my pile. Probably every pile is my pile. But yeah, you may also like, you know, like a simple life. Like, you don't need extravagant things and stuff like that. And maybe when people try to show off and be like, oh my god, look at this beautiful thing that I just bought, you may not like gas it up the way that if somebody was more materialistic, they would be more amped, you know? You know, maybe like, oh, that's nice, and then you move on, but like you're not super excited. You probably be more excited if they were like going on a trip, or like they, you know, it's like, oh, you got that new blah blah blah, you got the new latest phone, that's nice, good for you. You don't care about shit like that, you know? And that's one complaint that people may have. Okay, but yeah, you're very protective, and maybe you're protective of the people that you love too. Okay, maybe even if you're in a relationship, you could be very possessive or protective of your romantic partner, and that could also be a complaint that people have. You could be the type of person who hovers. Even if you're a boss or a manager, you may what do you call that, like micromanage people, and that really, you could be very controlling. Okay, and that could definitely be a trigger for people. But let's get into your tarot and close you out. Alright, this is random, but some of you guys, you fall asleep really fast, and people complain because they can't fall asleep as fast as you, or, you know, they're like, this person always falls asleep mad fast. Some of you guys snore, and people complain about that. Some of you guys sleep too much, and people complain about that. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, then the King of Swords, Seven of Wands, the World, Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Temperance. Some of you guys, you may show off your body, or you dress a little provocative, and you could also just have a dirty mind. You could like speak very sexually about things. You may over-sexualize things, or you just may be open with your sexuality. Some of y'all could even be on the spectrum in regards to, you know, being part of the LGBT community, and that could also be another complaint. Maybe certain people don't like your don't approve, and that doesn't matter at the end of the day. But this is just complaints, you know. And I'm not saying that you're gay, because you don't have to be, obviously. Like I said, there's multiple people watching, so don't be like, I'm straight. Oh, good for you. Good for you. I don't give a shit what you are. You know, like, I'm trying to tap into everybody's energy. There's thousands of people watching. Anyway, I digress, but I have to mention that. So, anyway, but yeah, you guys could be extremely sexual, or you may have like a dirty mind, or you may make things very dirty. Also, some of you guys may not take anything seriously, and you may not have a care in the world, okay? There could be something super serious going on, and it's like you really don't focus on things like that. Like, because with this World and this Five of Pentacles, like, you don't watch the news, you don't really care about like anything like that, and people complain about that. They're like, oh, you didn't know that this was going on? You're not like, what, why, like, how do you not know that? And you just don't. And like, you just don't mess with that stuff, and people complain about that. That you're not well versed in certain things. You know, you're kind of like in your own world, and people complain about that. People are like, oh, Paul 4 is always in their head, always in their own world, always worried about themselves. Yeah, you may give a lot more to your passions as well, or invest more into your passions than into either others or other things, okay? Maybe you would rather entertain one-night stands instead of like a real relationship, or whatever, you know. That's only for some of you, but people complain about that. Some people, for some of you, complain that you don't give equally when you're having sex with people, okay? However that resonates for you, maybe, you know, it's gonna be different, but flip the roles, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's putting in more work with the sex, so that's only for like one or two of you, but I digress. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, it's like you're just happy, you're abundant, you're doing your thing, and you don't complain, you're not stressed about certain things that maybe there's a bill due, and people are like, I don't understand how Pile 4 has like so much chaos going on, so much going on in their life. Like maybe you owe mad bills, and your house is about to be foreclosed, and you're just like chilling, sipping your tea, not stressed at all. People are like, oh my god, Pile 4 should be more stressed. People really think that you should be more stressed than you are. They want you to be in this Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords energy, but you trust your intuition, and people complain about that. People complain about the faith that you have instead of fear. People really would love for you to fearmonger, or for you to be more focused on the fear in the world. This is really weird energy, but that's what's coming up, okay? Some people just complain, and this could be like elderly people or older people or maybe your family and stuff like that. They wish you were more fearful. Like maybe, let's say you travel and stuff like that, because with this world, you either travel even when you don't, you're like booking trips even when you don't have the money for it yet and stuff like that. People complain about that. Or people complain like, how does Pal 4 travel when they don't have money? Or also people complain like, how does Pal 4 travel even though there's so much so much to be scared of in the world? Like, why are you traveling to places even though there's this going on and this going on? People don't want you to live your life. They want you to live your life in fear. You don't live out of fear. You have faith, so you kind of do your own thing. Maybe you go out at night and, you know, people wish like, you know, like you don't have protection and stuff like that. People wish you would, like, you know, be more protective and like not go to places that could be dangerous and stuff like that for some of you. King of Swords, Seven of Wands. So people feel like you could be very vicious with your words, and people complain about that because I feel like if someone pisses you off, you either get extremely mad and you start getting defensive. You could be extremely defensive, extremely like vicious with your words. Like if someone says something to you and it triggers you in any way, you'll immediately get into this Seven of Wands, King of Swords energy, and you'll tear them a new one. So people know not to mess with you, but also people complain about that because they're like, okay, what the fuck, bro? Like why are you getting so, and they feel like you're easily triggered. Like you don't care about certain things, but then like if somebody says something about your character or something that, you know, triggers you in any way, you may have easy triggers or childhood wounds that make you get triggered. You have this like whiplash, like you dish it back, but 10 times harder. It's like if someone starts something, you're going to be the one who finishes it, and people complain about that. It's like they would start to mess with you and then you fire back, and people complain about that. But I mean, whatever. If they didn't start nothing, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. If you don't want to fuck around, you're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You could also be very successful and just very happy and just very like traveling and living life like you have this so much money, and you may be in this Five of Pentacles. Maybe you don't have money. Okay. Maybe people also feel left out. All right, people feel left out because they have no idea what's going on with you. Again, this energy on you don't post on social media, or maybe just people feel like you moved away. Some of you people moved, some of you guys moved away, and people feel like you don't talk to them anymore. Maybe you distance yourself, you held boundaries against people, and that has people stressed out. You know what I'm saying? You also could make people super stressed out because people feel like you can see right through them, and that gives them anxiety. So people always complain because they feel like you just make them feel uncomfortable because you have this like psychic ability and this energy, and you know, maybe you just don't show your emotions on your face all the time and stuff like that until you need to. And people don't know what you're thinking, so people get in their head, and you make people feel anxious. So people complain and be like, oh, I feel like I can't be myself around Pal 4, or I feel like I have to, like, you know, walk on eggshells around Pal 4, or, you know, I feel like Pal 4 don't see me, Pal 4 doesn't appreciate me. It could be that kind of energy as well. Yeah. And some people feel like you're super patient, you know, with this Temperance energy, but only when it comes, you're selective. It's like selective hearing. You hear what you want to hear, you see what you want to see, you do what you want to do. It all depends on you. And people complain about that. And people also complain like you're here like to listen to the tea. You'll listen to the tea, but you ain't gonna tell nobody the tea. You ain't gonna tell nobody. And also people also complain that if you're stressed or you're going through things, like with this Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords, you will not tell them, but you'll be there for them, but you won't allow people to be there for you, and people don't like that. Again, lone wolf energy. You do things alone, you cry alone, and all this other stuff, and people are like, all right, but I'm your friend, I'm trying to help you, I want to help you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I got for you, pal number 4. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.